Welcome to Hillary Emmanuel Ministries, where faith meets power, purity and prosperity, and breakthroughs are born. At Diadem, we equip you with bold prayers, life-transforming teachings, and spiritual strategies to overcome every challenge life throws your way. Join us as we dive into God's Word, experience His presence like never before, and walk in His purpose for our lives. If you're in London, we invite you to fellowship with us in person at Diadem, 4 Pegamoid Road, N18 2NG. Don't forget to subscribe now and let's grow in faith together.
Brethren, tonight we have some bits of warfare to touch. And we are going to fight for ourselves. We're going to pray for ourselves. We're going to pray for our destiny. We just received a pillar of purity. Of all the pillars, there's none of them that Satan hates more than purity. Purity. Because purity defeats the whole existence and essence of Satan. Purity. He fears purity. He knows that purity will take us to heaven. He knows that purity will make us to retain God's presence day by day. He knows that purity is what will make us the beloved of the Father. So he doesn't care much about prosperity, about power and all those things. He can still manage those ones. But purity, because that was what he lost when he rebelled in heaven. When he lost heaven, he lost purity. So when he sees any man, any woman that is pure before God, do you know what he told Job? Why was he fighting Job? It's about the purity. And God himself testified of Job. Say, have you seen Job? A righteous man, an upright man. And what did he do? In Job chapter 4, he turned to his spirit, appeared to Job's friend in a dream, and was telling him, can a mortal man be holier than God? Why was he troubled about prosperity? About the purity of Job? Because he knows that's what binds human being with God. Anywhere God sees righteousness and purity, God will abide there. God doesn't go away. Righteousness, purity attracts God, pulls God, and God will come and stand and stay there. So he hates that, and because of the pillar of purity, he might want to fight back, might want to fight in different ways. So what we are going to do today is both deliberate warfare and preemptive warfare. Should he decide to lift up his hand, so that we break the hand before he even lifts it up. Amen. So that's exactly what we are going to do here today. And we are dealing with what I call war against destiny destroyers. Because the purity we are talking about is our life. It's our destiny. The power, the prosperity we are talking about is our life. It's our destiny. So we are dealing with all whosoever they are, whether they be spirit beings, human beings, that want to destroy our destinies. We want to first of all destroy them. We want to destroy them. Listen carefully to me, brethren. Destiny destroyers come in different formats. They come in different ways. And they have different agenda. Some of them, the level of destruction they want to destroy the destiny is just to delay the destiny. Delay the destiny. Use some number of years out of the destiny. There are some other ones, what they want to do is to destroy the destiny completely and kill the destiny. There are others, is just to make the destiny to suffer. Suffering that God did not impute or program into that destiny, they will put it into the destiny. So that the destiny will pass through fire. So these are destiny destroyers. And so the prayers we are going to pray here today is directly relevant to our destinies and our lives. We are going to look at a particular example. A life that we know is a life of destiny, and how the enemy fought to destroy that destiny. Look at verse 1. Before chapter 39, we know the story already, how Joseph was dreaming. Those dreams were just destiny revelation. They were all revelation about his destiny. The Lord was showing him he was going to be a ruler, and the sun and the moon and the 11 stars, they will bow down to him. And they were showing him his destiny. And how did the enemies react? The Bible says his brethren, his siblings, they hated him. And each time he had another dream again, the hatred will increase. They hated him yet the more. And so this hatred was building up and building up and building up. It got to a point they couldn't endure it anymore. They didn't want to see his face again. And so they decided, let's kill him. Let's kill him. And let's see what will happen to that destiny. I told you that there are different attacks the enemy can bring upon destiny. Their initial plan was outright killing. They said, let's kill him. Let's see how the destiny is going to fulfill in death. And then somehow God stepped in and was able to turn them away from that plot. And they said, okay, let's sell him. Look at verse 1. And Joseph was brought down to Egypt. They sold him. Do you see now? Kill. And then they can begin to sell every good thing in the life of that person. Sell the virtue, sell the star, sell the glory, sell the prosperity, sell everything in the life of that person. So they sold him. Now he landed in Egypt. And Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, bought him of the hands of the Ishmaelites, which has brought him down hither. And the Lord was with Joseph. That is, I told you this before. That's the key. How was God with Joseph? What made God to be with Joseph? There are two reasons. Number one, purity. Number two, destiny. Because of his destiny, and because there was purity backing that destiny, the Lord's presence remained there. Satan knows he can do anything to us. If we maintain our purity, he can't drive God away. The presence of God will still remain with us. So the presence of God was there because Joseph maintained his purity. And so the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man. And he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. Verse 3. Do you see, I told you how the things work together? Purity, they go together with prosperity. The Bible says he was a prosperous man. Verse 3. And his master saw that the Lord was with him. To the point that an Egyptian saw that the Lord was with him. Everybody could see it, that the Lord was with him. And that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hand. He said, this is not ordinary. We have so many servants here, and things are not prospering in their hands like this. So definitely something is special here. Verse 4. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him. And he made him overseer over his house, and all that he had, he put into his hand. Now, what do you think the enemies will be doing here? They'll be regretting, isn't it? Look at the person we sold. Look at the person that's supposed to be suffering. Now he's prospering, and he's finding favor and grace. So the enemies will go back again to the drawing board and say, so this trap did not work. This attack did not work. What was the next weapon that we could use? Verse 5. And it came to pass from the time that he had made him overseer in his house, and over all that he had, and he knew not a goodly person, and well favored. Verse 7. And it came to pass after this years that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph, and she said, lie with me. What was happening here again? What are they targeting now? The purity. They knew that as long as he kept his purity, Jehovah God will be with him, and he will continue to prosper and begin to progress. So they now went to the root of his secret, the root of his power, which is the purity. They want to attack him from there. They knew that the way he was going, from just of everything, they knew that going by this rate, he will soon turn to another person. And the secret is the purity and the presence of God with him. So they now deployed the destiny destroyer. They destroyed the destroyer. They said, you the destroyer, go and do the job. He refused. Can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? So he knew that this was a trap for his purity. They want to drive God away from his life. These are destiny destroyers. They come in different guise. They come in different ways. And if Joseph had fallen, he would have remained a slave forever in his life. He would have remained a servant all his life. The destiny would have been aborted right instantly. Listen carefully to me, brethren, and the young ones in particular. Our destiny is so delicate, and it's a complicated area of life that nobody knows anything about. Of course, who is going to research about destiny? What do they know about it? So you cannot find academic books and any research work about destinies because it's a mystery. It's too complicated. It's too deep. Our destiny is so delicate that a little touch, a little thing can destroy that destiny completely. A tiny thing can ruin the destiny. Do you know when Joseph got into the prison because of this issue, because of this incident? When he got into the prison, the destiny calendar, the destiny clock was that he should spend 10 years in the prison. 10 years. And the destiny will pull him out of that prison. But he got there and then started to try. He asked the Pharaoh's servant that interpreted dream for, please remember me when you go out. That please remember me that he said extended the prison to 12 years. That's the complexity of our destiny. That's the delicacy of human destiny. There is a little thing, tiny thing like this you will do. You will affect that destiny so badly. Unfortunately, you might not know how much you have hurt that destiny already. There's a tiny thing you might do. It will add extra years to the problems. So, brethren, it's a very, you can see the trap here. Assuming Joseph fell outrightly, that's the end. Say bye to that destiny, is gone. It's gone because two things will happen that day. Two things. Number one, God will go. God's presence will go. Number two, purity will disappear. And then he's left on his own. That day is when he will realize that there are idols in Egypt. Because all of them will come that night. That's when he will realize that there are truly idols in Egypt. They will all assemble that day. So destiny destroyers, if you don't joke with them. Unfortunately, Joseph didn't know much about warfare the way we know now, to be praying in the night, to be fighting the warfare battle and all those things. He didn't know. But this is pure trap. And it's from a destiny destroyer. Thank God he refused. And he gave her all this reason and said, how can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? Verse 10. And it came to pass, as she spake to Joseph day by day. You think she will give up? Think she will give up? Listen carefully. Darkness, they are vehemently stubborn. If they fail, they will try again. She failed, she tried again. And she continued to pressure him. She continued to trouble him. He said that he hearkened not unto her to lie by her or to be with her. He refused. And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business, and there was none of the men of the house there with him. And she caught him by his garment, saying, lie with me. And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out. You see destiny destroyers? See destiny destroyers? How desperate they will be. We need more prayers in this generation. How many people can survive this kind of onslaught of darkness? How many, especially these days that money answers all things. Money. If you see some of the things, all the people, Pranstar and all this thing they are doing, they can meet a girl on the road and tell the girl, I will give you this amount of money if you will remove all your dress on the road. And they are willing to remove all their dress on the road to collect that money because people need money. So you now see destiny destroyers. Destiny destroyers. If you see this group of boys, they call Yahoo boys. If you see the kind of havoc and the Yahoo Plus, if you see the kind of havoc they are causing, how they are destroying people's destiny and lives, using them for money rituals. Destiny destroyers. So Joseph fled. Verse 13. And it came to pass, when she saw that he had left his garment in her hand and was fled forth, that she called unto the men of her house and spake unto them, saying, see, he has brought in an Hebrew unto us to mock us. He came in unto me to lie with me, and I cried with a loud voice. And it came to pass, when he heard that I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled and got him out. So that's the next weapon. Since the main weapon has failed, all we just want to say is, I told you that there are different things they do to destiny. There are others like the brothers, they want to kill the destiny. And when that weapon, that strategy failed, they sold him. This one want to kill the purity so they can permanently terminate the destiny right here. When that one failed, now the next weapon is torture the destiny, suffer the destiny, make the destiny to pass through hell, torment the destiny, bring pain an agony upon the destiny. So she moved into that one. Verse 16. And she laid up his garment by her until his Lord came home. And she spake unto him according to this word, saying, the Hebrew servant which thou hast brought unto us came in unto me to mock me. And it came to pass, as I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled out. And it came to pass, when his master heard the word of his wife, which he spake unto him, he didn't understand, he didn't investigate, he didn't ask questions, he believed it outrightly. Why? Because there's a spirit being behind all those plots. Because Satan himself was involved in the whole plot. Satan himself. Listen carefully to me. If Joseph had fallen into this, the story of Israel would have changed completely. The story of Israel as a nation wouldn't have followed the path it followed that we read today. It would have been a completely different path altogether. Because God would have been forced to go and look for alternative arrangement. Because already in the whole plan of God, the whole covenant, everything has been destroyed. God will have to go back again and plan afresh. And this is what Satan is doing to people, believers, saints of God, day by day, altering the purpose of God, twisting the purpose of God, destroying the ones he can destroy, killing the ones he can kill, delaying the ones he can delay, using all kinds of weapons against our destiny. That's why we are going to fight for our destinies today. It's a serious matter, it's a serious fight. Was with Joseph. The Lord has not departed. Listen carefully. You know, I begged you the other time. I said, whatsoever you do, please don't allow the presence of God to go away. Whatsoever you are going through in life, make sure you retain the presence of Jehovah God. That's all you need. Just put him in prison. The Lord will be there with him. Anywhere you like, put him like John. They fried him inside the oil. The Lord was there in the pan with him. But assuming the enemy succeeded and drove God away, he will have still ended up in that same prison, but he will be alone. He will be alone. The Lord was still there with him in the prison. And the Lord showed him mercy and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. So that prison turned to house. What did the enemy want to achieve with the prison agenda? Is to make life hard, to make life bitter, to make life painful, to make him to regret following God. Brethren, do you know Satan has not thrown away that weapon till now? Yeah. Most of the attacks he has attacking us is to make us to regret being Christians. Is to make us to regret believing God. Is to make us to regret serving God. It's a serious weapon. But it's a weapon against the destiny. It's a weapon against the destiny. If we leave God, who will we follow? Who will we follow? So that's why we are going to fight here today for our destiny. Whether you know who is attacking your destiny, you don't know. Whether you are aware of the plot and the plan and the weapons, you don't know. Or even the damages they've caused, don't just worry. You just release the weapons indiscriminately. The power and the spirit of prayer know how to navigate itself. To go and free your destinies from every prison. You know, as according to their own plot. Not knowing that you. They might think that, well, we have delayed you. We have made life hard and difficult for you. Don't worry, where they stop is where Jehovah God will start from. Amen. And that, you see that it became very easy for God, very easy, to move Joseph from that place straight to the palace. Very easy. Assuming he was living in Potiphar's house, where nobody dreams, with a warish woman that can never dream. Potiphar himself doesn't dream. Nobody dreams there. So how would Joseph have ever gotten to the palace? So where the enemy thought they are wise, God will overtake them in their wisdom. Amen. And that is what is going to happen here tonight. Amen. Please, let's learn seriously from this. And don't allow the enemy to push you, to force you to destroy your destiny by your own hand. That was what the enemy did to Esau. Esau got to a point, he said, and what is this birthright to me? What is the value? What am I going to get out of it? And he used his hand to smash it in pieces. The day he needed it, it was gone for good. It was gone forever. The Lord will have mercy on us today. Amen. The presence of God will remain with us forever. Amen. And our destiny shall be fulfilled. Amen. Let's close our eyes. Let's close our eyes and let's begin to talk to the Lord. And say, my God and my Father, where I have fallen into any temptation,
Thank you for watching. If this message blessed you, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to join our growing community of faith. You've just listened to the sermon, but there are powerful prayers that follow. Due to social media rules and guidelines, the prayers have been removed from this video. However, you can access the full prayers and more life-changing resources by visiting www.pastorhillary.org or downloading our app, Diadem Media. If you're in the London area, we'd love to have you fellowship with us in person at 4 Pegamoid Road, N18 2NG. If you have any questions about this message, want counseling from Pastor Hillary, or wish to share your testimonies following the prayers, please leave a comment below and someone from our team will get in touch. Until next time, may God bless you abundantly and guide you in all your ways. Stay victorious.